Like, you know it's going to be a flight deck. You know it's going to be a lyric video for the next 13 weeks.
I was flipping through the dial, had watched the news in a while. Turn on CNN, ain't see none of my friends. Swag gave me the blues, they never walked in my shoes. They want us living in fear, it ain't what I'm trying to hear. Switched it over to Fox, kept clicking, I barely stopped. New guest on NBC, no one that represent me. So I got tired of waiting, Sid master debate. Give me some headlines, it must be past bedtime. Sleeping on me still like I ain't vitamin D for real. Rep your city, play devil's advocate. Wayne Brady gon' have to smack a bit. Tell me something good, a recipe for success. Give me some timeline, shop session and flight deck. Hey, P, what's next?
Oh, damn. Okay, so where we going next?
Yeah. I just like to welcome y'all to Demolition, man.
So where we going next? And on that tip, I'd like to, TIP, no relation. I'd like to welcome you to this week's Give Me Some Headlines, man. This your nigga C.O.D. Decatur Boy Music. I said I was gonna stop saying this your nigga. But this your nigga C.O.D. Decatur Boy Music, aka C.O.D.MD, the doctors in talking about you boy 315-4 if you know, you know. And that's where I'ma stop it, even though I could go some more. What it do, P?
What it is, man. It's your boy, P. Henry Trotter IV, aka Home Run Trot, aka Casino P, aka Mr.
Cha-ching.
Long P, aka It's a Spike P joint, aka Mach 2, aka Chef Boyar P, aka Quinn with the pen, Den with the lens, aka your grandma's favorite grandson. We in this thing, man.
You talking about Sacagawea C.O.D. Yeah, I'm talking about redid the dreads and platted that thing. Tell me that bit don't look like it was done by. Never mind. Anyway, man, this your boy, man. And then we gonna kick that thing on like we do every time how we do. Matter of fact, man, I'm smoking the wrong thing, man.
Jazz vibes.
Snap that thing on fire.
Marijuana blunts in the speakeasy.
Nah, I mean. But yeah, man, this nigga C.O.D. Decatur Boy Music, man. And we just went from the porch to the flight deck, if you know what I'm talking about. Anywhere you take planes from and you have elevated conversations. You feel what I'm saying? It could be the water cooler if that's how you do it, but make sure you in compliance with your company regulations with a workplace environment conversation. Cha-ching. Yeah, talking about don't fuck the money up. But anyway, man, this nigga C.O.D. Decatur Boy Music, man. And one thing you'll find out very quickly about me is I am a huge fan of Black fathers. I am not a person who believes they can do no wrong, but as a person who lived a life devoid of one, you're going to have a pretty tough fucking time convincing me one of them did something wrong. And this week, we talk about OBS defending OBJ with game tape and it leading to OBJ being off of his respective team. And I hit you with a quote that has resonated and stuck with me since the moment I heard it. If the truth disturbs your reality, then you are living a lie. For them to have complained about OBJ not saying anything to anyone, it's because they were mad he didn't give them something to bitch about. No outbursts on the sideline, no complaints about not getting thrown the ball, not being targeted. Forget the fact that his injury that sidelined him last season wasn't him getting blown up across the middle or a hamstring blowing on a deep route. It was him making a tackle on a Baker Mayfield interception. That's the injury that made it to where he ain't been consistent for the Browns. And his father posts 4 weeks of game tape of missed opportunities that was 11 minutes long. And for anybody who don't know, a football game is smoke and mirrors. They only show you about 15 minutes of action in that 3 hours. 75 plays, roughly 8 seconds of play. Talking 600 seconds, divide that shit by 60. That's 10 minutes of football. So you got 20 minutes for both offenses.
25
and he showed you
each one.
You feel what I'm saying? He showed you 11 minutes of game, damn near a whole football game of offense from 4 fucking games of this season. No words, no commentary, just sad music. And it led to OBJ release. On that note, I throw it to UP. How you feel about OBS defending OBJ with game tape and it leading to him being released?
The perspective of your boy is, I love it. I 100% love it. One, I love the father defending his son. This is very LeVar Ball-ish. This is very Cecil Newton-ish. It is of that ilk. This is very LeBron when folks was coming at. I mean, yeah, if people talk about his son on the interwebs, like he'll address it. So, and those are just athlete fathers that I know, and have had evidence of them stepping up and being present whenever people start criticizing their offspring. But I like it for this reason. The fact that they released him, the fact that they would rather live in that lie and would rather do without him. And he is no longer in a place where, like, when you get released, anybody can grab you off of waivers. So he has an opportunity to go somewhere where he's more valued, but he's now not somewhere where they don't value him. Like, he doesn't have to be in a toxic relationship. Like they did the breaking up for him. And so I'm glad he's not with Cleveland anymore. And it wasn't a surprise to me that when he was released, Cleveland had a good game. Like when we had the episode that was centered around sports being about the storylines. Of course, the white guy who they have all the commercials about, living in the stadium, all the funny commercials, damn good commercials. But they're not going to come back after.
Can I address how that happened though?
Yeah, go ahead.
The nigga that's open actually get thrown the fucking ball. So when the coach call a great play, the cat that is OBJ role, when he running wide the fuck open down the middle of the field, he got the football Sunday. OBJ wasn't the problem. Not throwing to the open receiver was the fucking problem.
Not throwing to the open receiver or missing the open receiver.
So yes, now that OBJ isn't there, the offense is running smoother. It's because he's throwing to the open fucking receiver. It still ain't OBJ fault. That's the shit that kill me. The niggas won't address the facts of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They tried to make him the problem in New York. And they stuck with that story. But the quarterback they had needed to retire after losing OBJ. But he was the problem in New York? Y'all sticking with that? I thought hindsight was 2020. He was the only thing keeping Eli Manning in the NFL, if you look at the fucking facts.
Yeah.
A coach benched Eli Manning the year after OBJ left and got fired. And then they tried to figure out how to bench him the whole next season. And then he retired the year after that. You feel what I'm saying? That's how bad it got for Eli after he lost OBJ. But he was the problem? Ben Roethlisberger has fucking stunk ever since he lost Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. But we not going to get him any fucking credit for why that offense was as potent as it was. Let's be real, man, and stop just letting these people put these bullshit narratives together.
what they tell you, and that's the thing about the they released
because his father didn't say no crazy shit. He posted game film.
And what did they tell you about game
tape?
What did he tell you about the eye in the sky?
It don't lie. That's why I say if the truth disturb your reality, you live in a lie. He ain't say no words. The tape said, and the reason why that was necessary is because the Browns did absolutely nothing to dispel any other talk about OBJ being an issue. Him being why the offense don't get going. Right, when he don't get targeted and he don't have production, the Browns said absolutely nothing. They put him in trade talks year after year after year, but wouldn't actually fucking trade him because they got that game tape. And all his father did, all OBS did was say, look at what OBJ is doing. Look at the work he is putting together. And when you see him come open, he throw his hand up to signal his quarterback. And when you see him don't get the ball, you don't see him pout. You don't see him walk back. You see him run through the play. When you see him throw the short route, you see him run that arc angle to get a good block in for his teammate. You didn't see no bad body language on that game tape. And it led to his release. That shit funny to me, yo. That shit funny to me.
Yeah.
Baker standing up there talking about what it seemed to imply. What did it imply? That he was wide ass open and didn't get the ball? That's why you don't like it? Because that's what the fuck happened. Yeah, he ain't go into detail, but yeah, I ain't like how it circled me and circled him, showing that he was directly upfield from me. And from the camera angle, it would seem that I was looking right at him. But then I just tucked and ran and got tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't like that shit. I wouldn't have liked it neither. Everybody hate that part of the meeting where coach sits you down, run back to play where you got blown the fuck up and gave up a sack and ask you, so Dave, what the fuck was you doing right here? Bruh, I was a senior in high school before I had the confidence to lean up and say, fucking up, coach. Because then he don't get to complain and do all the silly shit.
Right.
Well, I was trying to come down. I had a zone step on that, and I was supposed to have a double team. Fuck the goddamn double team. Like, he started screaming and doing all that shit. Everybody hate that part of the meeting, and it was 11 minutes of that type of footy for Baker. Of course he didn't like that shit. But what you gonna say to game footage? That's why they had to let him go.
It appears. That's what the publicist told Baker to say. Tell him it appears that you may have been looking at him. That's what it appeared. Like, it
appears that I'm deliberately not throwing him the ball.
We're gonna play the word dance.
Bruh.
Grab your partners, do-si-do. Let's play the word dance.
One of his best games last year before he got hurt, it was the game right before he got hurt. And they always talk about the run the Browns went on after he got hurt. Nigga, they was 5-2 when he got hurt. Extrapolate that out to 14, they'd have been 10-4. They go 500 the last two, they 11-5. What they end up, bruh? Yeah, okay.
11-5.
Fuck exactly, bruh. That's the stupidest part about this shit. They keep trying to let the narrative that OBJ was the problem be a thing, and it's fucking stupid. When he got hurt, they had to become a running team, and they had the same pace of victory that they had anyway. And then weren't able to make it through the playoffs. Because even if you don't respect him as a every down number one that he is, you ain't gonna tell me he ain't the Percy Harvin stick of dynamite that the Seahawks wouldn't have won the Super Bowl without.
Yeah.
He that type of difference maker. You feel what the fuck I'm saying?
Yeah, still.
His best game before he got hurt, right before the interception tackle game, he had like 65-yard touchdown that Jarvis Landry threw him. A 54-yard end around reverse. And he had like another slant that he took for like 34 that Baker threw him. in that clip, one of the ones that they ran back and they ran it back in slow motion, it's that same end around reverse, and it's an option play. Baker gives it to the dive when the read is as clear as day, bruh. He ran this shit for I don't know how many years in college, bruh. And OBJ just run the loop. And when I say it's absolutely no fucking body in the fucking view. So it's plays they have ran and been successful forever. Some clearly going wrong because they practice this shit. If I know what the key is, I know Baker know what the key is. And if the end dive down, I don't give a fuck what the option play is. You never hand to the fullback, to the dive man. If anything, the quarterback should have kept it. Even if you ain't gonna pitch it to OBJ. You feel what I'm saying? The end crashed and he handed the shit to the dive. It was just terrible plays in that footy, bro. It was just terrible plays. And I done said everything I had to say. It was bad footy, bro.
Yeah. You know what upset me the most about this shit? Selfishly.
What's that?
Is that I picked the fucking Browns to go to the Super Bowl. But part of that was because I wanted to see OBJ come back and be a huge part of that. And like now I'm stuck with this fucking pick. And they got rid of the person
like
that I made that for, man. Like he a bitch, bro. Like him dancing and doing all that. Like they said, we got to get you away from these niggas. If you trying to get this white money, you got to get away from these niggas.
100%, bro.
All that dancing and hitting that whoa, you need to get away from all that shit. We need you. This shit seemed like it's premeditated.
Baker rose to fame hitting the whoa and doing that shit when he was the backup. That's when I found out who Baker Mayfield was. He wasn't that nigga to the next year.
Was Kyler Murray's backup?
Not Kyler Murray, but the one before him.
Jalen Hurts?
No, Jalen Hurts was after Baker. Yeah. He was Kyler backup. So it was Kyler, Baker, then Jalen.
Damn.
So that dance video was back when Kyler was going off. Yeah, they did. But like, I feel like the simplest way I could say it, bruh, to be as real as I can, we loved Baker the same way we loved Johnny Manziel, and the Browns said, you're going to get that Johnny Manziel right the fuck up out of you if you're going to be our quarterback. And he acquiesced because he saw how Johnny Manziel worked out.
Yeah, he see that. Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
Not the drugs and all that bullshit, but personality, the flair, the draw, that Hollywood, that cachet. Like, while we loved Baker, he was willing to sacrifice that to be the Browns quarterback. But it's basic shit. Like, he knew when the trade deadline was coming up. The week before the trade deadline, he targeted Odell like 2 or 3 times, bro. I think he had like 2 targets, and they didn't count a third one because the ball wasn't catchable type shit. He sailed it over him. But he had 2 fucking targets, and he threw at him 3 times the week before they would decide whether or not to keep him. What type of shit is that? Like, you intelligent enough to know him having a big game would say, you know what, we need him for the playoffs. If you want that nigga on your team, you literally every play have the option to audible to a fucking quick screen or something that'll put the ball in that man's hand just to keep him engaged, get him some touches, show them what it'll look like if we involve him. If they not calling it, you call that shit. You got all the power. So fuck that. I don't understand why he would do that. Post the fact that even though y'all not deliberately getting him the ball within the called offense, he is getting open and it don't fucking matter. Yeah, why would he prove that? And I love the timing of it because they posted that shit the week they said he hasn't been saying anything to anyone. Because he ain't been a problem. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all can't say he been bitching and mad because of it, because he ain't been saying nothing to nobody. He just been coming to work and leaving. Y'all said it's like he a ghost. He just there. He a ghost because he wide the fuck open and you can't see him apparently. That's why it seemed like he a ghost. Baker, the anonymous quote on that, is like he a ghost. I can't even see him. Yeah, you fucking dick. And then you see a clip of Odell dancing in a fucking Halloween costume and Baker shooting him in the side eye. You mad this man not sad?
That was a teammate.
That wasn't Odell?
That was a teammate sending that to Odell because he got mad love for him. Yeah, he was sending it to Odell. He was making it for him because he liked to dance and shit. So he I think Michael Jackson is like one of his like biggest inspirations, and so
I thought that was Odell in the costume.
It was.
That's dope.
Yeah, and like
so it was the same side eye when OBJ gave Tom Brady the cleats. Why that affect? Yeah, why you ain't making a dance video for me? Type shit. The Russ MVP side eye.
And there was a headline about. There was a headline about how the team is estranged. Like an anonymous source said, the team is like estranged from Odell because of his behavior and shit. And one of the guys on the team was like, nobody on the team said that shit. Nobody on the team said this shit. He quote tweeted him, was like, nobody said that shit. Like, don't come with these fucking lies. That's bullshit. So like the team really holding that man down, bro. And like I
feel like they was trying to build a case to take some of his money away when they cut him. And they couldn't do it because he didn't say shit. He was too smart for the bullshit.
Yeah. He didn't let it. He wasn't going, Glad.
And everybody mad. It was like, LeBron, what are you doing? Aren't you a Cleveland fan? Nigga, don't you remember when he talked OBJ into not showing his ass when he got sent to Cleveland? Let him stay in his house until he found somewhere to kick it at? Nigga, he a OBJ friend before he a Cleveland Brown fan. I don't see how niggas don't understand that. They did the same thing with Wade. Why would you go to the Cavaliers? That hit Patton. Here you talking about? He came to his town in his 20s. He can't do it in his 30s? When he passed this prime? Like, y'all niggas be silly. Like, they know each other in real life.
But it's you're poisoned by the narratives, man. Like people really get into that, like that mob mentality that you should have loyalty to like this city. Like
dumb shit. How many people know somebody who work at McDonald's? Everybody who work at McDonald's hate their fucking job. They tell you all the fuck McDonald's stories in the world. You still go get you some fries and you still go get you your guilty pleasure meal when you feeling it though. You feel me?
Right.
Oh, I thought it was fuck McDonald's. I mean, yeah, when my partner get off work, but that ain't got shit to do with me when I'm hungry. You feel what I saying? It ain't fuck my goddamn nourishment. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas be wildin', bruh. Niggas be wildin', man.
Square bitty, man. Square bitty. How you this week? How you feeling, man? When you talking about nourishment, you talk about getting that good shit for your soul, man. How you we got another installment of the lyric video, bro. Baecation. Talk about giving somebody something good for their soul, man. I got needs.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. There we dropping knees on them, man. And knees was a hook that it came to me. I was doing what I'm talking about in the hook. I ain't even gonna overstate it. You feel what I'm saying? And it was a heavy Wiz day. There was lots of Wiz Khalifa bumping. And Cushion OJ was on repeat, and it was probably the third spin. So I started to make a beat in my head that I feel like could have been a bonus track on Cushion OJ. And when the beat came together in my head, the next thing I know, the words just came together like
bing bang. If you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard.
Bing bong.
I need a song that I can roll to, song that I can blow to, roll and smoke my dro to, some I can fuck some hoes to. Play that in my old school, play that in my old school, that feel good off a pill or two. So baby, what you trying to do? A song that I can roll to, song that I can blow to, roll and smoke my dro to, some I can fuck some hoes to. Play that in my old school, play that in my old school, that feel good off a pill or two. So baby, what you trying to do?
Hate to make a scene, Ruger with the beam. Try me if you want, but a nigga shoot better all the lean. Thumb all way been green, roll the same thing. Only doing Molly off of bad bitch titties. Same old city, love fried chicken. Still get missing, resurfing, looking good as fuck. Ain't been doing shit but working out, getting money, fucking bitch, can you dig it? Still with my clique, just a new bitch, just a new whip, just a new crib. Keep a night live, baby, and I ass on 10. Won't date a nap, I can't fuck 3 friends. All my bitches boss up when they with me, got the juice. Drunk off a nigga, swear I been 100 proof. Got these bitches getting loose. Woo! Red flag coupe, pay that bit, baby blue. The styling, profiling, limousine riding, currency lifer. You know a nigga jet flying. I got a bitch, she Hawaiian. I got some weed that Jamaican. I got a cup full of screw. Man, what the fuck was I thinking?
I need a song that I can roll to, song that I can blow to, roll and smoke my dro to, some I can fuck some hoes to. Play that in my old school, play that in my old school, that feel good off a pill or two. So baby, what you trying to do? A song that I can roll to, song that I can blow to, roll and smoke my dro to, some I can fuck some hoes to. Play that in my old school, play that in my old school, that feel good off a pill or two. So baby, what you trying to do?
Tell me what you want, what you really want. Raised in the 90s, born in the 80s, crack baby. Raised in the wake, wasn't even 6 when the crib got hit with the fur raid. Goddamn, man, if I told y'all niggas have, you swear I was talking bricks. Man, y'all niggas don't appreciate shit. I can write you niggas the Bible, then die on the cross. Y'all find a way to bitch. I'm a motherfucking Pharaoh, God in the flesh. A motherfucking army when I'm walking by myself, but the team so strong. Got the scheme Amazon conciliated to the mob everywhere I go home. That one of these pussy niggas asked me for my G-pad, leaving with some hot shit. 6 feet deep with it weak ass, but I'm sleep though. Rhyme with a free code, 2 friend with her trying to fuck all 3 hoes. Can I talk my shit? Try to said I got the Jew, mean said I got it too. Fuck what I haters say, they know my face at the shooting range. So my nigga, we can get it in any day. I ain't still good, grain still wood. Lit block 350 when I pop that hood. Bluetooth engines and I came right back. Got arrested for some weed, left court, got a sack. I don't give a fuck, nigga, I was made for this shit. Don't tell me about the grind, I done slave for the whip. I done slave for the team, I done slave for the fam. I done slave for everybody but myself. God damn. But y'all know how we do, bro. Yeah, said dropping back in from that knees lyric video, man. We out there thing, man. How you feel about it, P?
Oh man, I really enjoyed this one because of we recorded a song in your dorm room in Quintard. Not Quintard. It's the one on, was it Quintard? No, it wasn't Quintard. It was the one on.
Talking about the very first?
The song we recorded about old schools. I remember recording it in your dorm room.
Oh, okay.
Summer school for the July weekend.
This Gorgasm. I thought you was talking about We So Fly.
Gorgas.
We So Fly was the Gamma House.
That one. Yeah. That one I remember. Gorgas. We was in Gorgasm. And we all
second floor where the players be.
We all listen to our favorite old school cars, man. Or like the old the car that we wanted and shit, man. And mine is a 72 Chevelle. And so when I watched the video, like I was looking for, I knew it was gonna be a Chevelle in there somewhere. I think I saw it was a all black super sport Chevelle. And so like that, I watched it a few times because it was like several cars in there that some I had never seen before. And so like that was the visual component for me was, oh, here go this car show in like a random strip mall, it looked like, and like all these cats is gathering and like you see all the different types of cats, man, who out there and taking photos and pulling up in they shit. And you see like cats knowing they pulling up in some hard shit and they whipping that hoe in there, man. So for you to take this direction with this song, because that's where the chorus takes place, you know, something I can listen to in my old school, you know, and then activities I can do in my old school, and then telling like these stories.
If you ain't never got a car with sofa seat and you ain't never lived, you definitely ain't never
Giggity with no beer. Yeah, you talking about? And it's only 7 drive-ins in the country, so a lot of y'all ain't never lived that bop life. That shit stupid. Like, ugh.
But
Big brother
got a couple
had
verses
if he
here,
only
man.
knew. I had to squeegee the cutlet before I gave it back to him. But I had to disinfect that thing. We needed that DSV hospital grade. We was in that get. But can I hit you with something before you hit me with the verse question?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You blessed me with your vocal stylings on this one, man. And I pinned the hook as I kind of gave them the intro too, man. I feel like I had you saying shit you wouldn't normally write yourself. How you feel singing the shit you was singing? Getting your Nate Dogg on for you, boy. You feel me?
Like you said, it was out of my element. Not ain't gonna front. Some I can fuck some hoes too. It's not something I would usually say.
It took so many takes to get the right. Because I wanted you to sing it how I would sing it, but I can't sing. You see what I'm saying? At this point in time, you feel me? One day, I can sing. I don't have the ability to sing yet. How about that? But I was like, nah, you gotta do that shit how I would do it. Exactly. I was like, nah, you gotta do that shit how I would do it. He was like, bro, I wouldn't do it how you would do it, but I need you to. And when I said I need you to, he was like, sing that shit one more time and try to get as on key as possible. I said, no, I don't know about that last part, but I sang that shit. And then I fucking delivered that bit. And you came with it, though. You came with it. The take that's in the song is why it's a cappella to start the song. The song didn't start with a hook, y'all. That's why it end with a verse. Because we completely restructured how that shit go. I like, nah, they got to hear this shit. You feel me? Yeah, so being out of your element, I'm about to say melement, out of your element and out of your character, because this shit was originally supposed to be auto-tuned, but I loved it so much, I left that shit straight like it was. Because auto-tuned to the key of the beat would have made that shit cushion OJ to the maximum. You feel what I'm saying? But I was like, this shit gonna make it us. You feel what I'm gonna leave it like it is. You feel me? But that shit smooth as butter to me, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like niggas who can halfway carry a tune would be able to sing along and hit that shit perfectly. If they sitting there rolling, I need a song that I can roll to, song that I can blow to, roll and smoke my throat to, so I can fuck some to. You feel me? It was so many versions of that hook that was going on in my head while I made the beat. It could have been goddamn, I fuck up some Pro Tools. Fuck my new bitch in my old shoes. I had a whole bunch of versions of that hook. Fuck my new bitch in my old shoes. But yeah, I tossed it to you on that note. Just know that needs, I got a long list of needs. You feel what I'm saying? I got a long list of needs.
And we're going to talk about some of those now. So in verse 1 of the song, Needs, released on Baecation, C.O.D. Decatur Music, hooked by Home Run Trot, P. Henry Trotter IV.
You forgot who he was?
In the first verse, you said, only doing Molly off a bad bitch titties. Same old city. Love fried chicken. Still get missing. Resurface looking good as fuck. Working out fucking bitches. Can you dig it? Can you explain those lines to your boy, man?
Well, in everything, I'm always saying way more than I'm actually saying. And I'm telling myself inside jokes. So let's start from the top, man. Only doing Molly off of bad bitch titties. Certain things I experienced was so amazing. That is how I experienced them. First time I did mushrooms, me and my partner went out to Stone Mountain and we took the nature trail up to the Cherokee Trail and took that bitch to the yellow line straight up to the top. And like the experience was so amazing. I don't do shrooms unless I'm going out to experience nature and do something physical, because I know the feeling of what the high feel like, and I know how it processes out of my system when I'm working out. You feel what I'm saying? Even down to how many G's get out of my system at what rate. Like I know, just like I know what my tolerance is drinking, I know how I do my shroomies. So with the only doing Molly off of bad bitch titties, first time I did Molly, no cap, my old lady was next door and I was at my partner crib and we was getting stupid and we was over there with a bunch of scrippers and it was Molly floating around, man, and they was dropping them hoes and they had like 6 packs of them fucking Shutter Homes fucking wine things, you feel what I'm saying? And they was dropping the Love Molly in that bitch and then hitting the shots. They was like, go ahead, take yours. I was like, no. They was like, go ahead, take yours. I was like, no. She was like, what's up with your boy, man? What's up with the square nigga here? He's like, ain't nothing wrong with that nigga. Bruh. Damn, boy, I'm about to confess some shit. Square business, bruh. This bitch dropped some, she lined her tongue with the shit. And to my knowledge, this was his bitch claimed in the situation. You know how in the situation, bitches get dispersed out. You feel what I'm saying? And you can kind of see who gonna end up with who, you feel? But she came through, bruh. And my first, like, and I can't even tell you how much it was, but I got tongue kissed my first dose of Molly. And by the time shit got lit, like, I have never done Molly if it wasn't off the surface of a woman who I found to be extremely attractive. So only doing Molly off of bad bitch titties is testimonial. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm telling a whole bunch of shit and giving away secrets when I say that. And I just told a story behind it. I might bleep some of that. But anyway, same old city. I'm still that same nigga. I still won't ever purchase it. I won't ever procure it or track it down. But if a bad bitch got down, you know, we'll take it down. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for other things. But anyway, love fried chicken, man. I had some shit that fucked my body up, and I ain't really supposed to eat fried chicken, but I still do. But everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Love fried chicken. Still get missing, bro. I disappear, bro. I poof, be gone. You feel what I say? Resurface, looking good as fuck. Ain't been doing shit but working out, getting money, fucking bitches. Can you dig it? That's how I live, man. I don't be doing shit but working out, getting money, you know, and sharing and receiving physical affection, man.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate
that's how I be living,
appreciate you sharing the life behind the lyrics. In verse 2, one that's really stood out and is one of my favorite lines, not even favorite lines in Baecation, but it's one that a lot of people are in love with, the street lifestyle, and some people seek it out or they glorify it, not having lived in it. But for somebody who came up and was a product of a life shaped by not even a life of crime, but like a life that was tumultuous because of interactions from two sides that don't quite get along, which is black people and authority, or people who deem themselves as the authority of black folks. But in verse 2, you said, wasn't even 6 when the crib got hit with the first raid, got down. And just in isolation, wasn't even 6 when the crib got hit with the first raid, got down. And so like the recollection of that line is emphasized by the last term in that line, that got down. Like, I know it had to have taken you to a place for you to insert that, because I know there's no overusage of words, and like everything is meant for something in your songs. And so
because that shit hurt.
Like,
That shit hurt
like,
to
tell
hear
me what that
back.
was like when you was
What's the most startling part of that line to you? That's where your mind go. What's the most startling part of that line to you? That I wasn't even 6 when I got hit with the first raid, huh?
Yeah.
First is the word that fucked me up. First is the word that fucked me up as a person who had to live my life. First is the word that fucked me up.
Yeah. Especially having to deal with that, knowing that to be on this side of
No.
To be
Don't
on the
even
better
take
side.
a step from there. Let me take you
this
there.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead.
When they talk about traumas and shit that niggas get that they fear and stuff, it kept happening. Niggas sitting have nightmares and fear and wonder and and a couple of years later, boom. You feel what the fuck I'm saying? That's the shit that's crazy about the shit. And in that, I told you, in everything I say, I'm saying way more than I communicate. Wasn't even 6 when the crib got hit with the first raid. And that's all the fuck I say. Because that wasn't the most impactful one. It was some shit on Twitter the other day where niggas posted and they was like, what's a good time to start teaching kids about race? And I was like, first time I had a pistol pointed in my face, I was 5. The person just happened to be wearing a blue uniform. Oh, first time a person called me a nigga is what it was. Because that happened as well. Called me a nigga, put a pistol in my face and told me to get the fuck on the ground. In my own bedroom. I was 5. Because when my door got kicked in, I got up and sprinted across the hallway to protect my mother. That is what my instinct was at 5. And when I got into the hallway, because I ain't gonna sit there and act like I came up in the PJs and we were blessed, but the crib wasn't just huge or nothing. If you kick the front door the fuck in, you in the house. You feel what I'm saying? And I had the first fucking room. It was my grandma joint, and then my mom was right here across. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going across to protect my mother because the fucking door just got kicked in, and this nigga down the hallway already and draw down on me and tell me to get the fuck on the ground. Call me a nigga all juiced up. The nigga was amped up, ready to pull the trigger. You feel what I'm saying? But that's why the next line is, if I told y'all niggas have, you'd swear I was talking bricks. I'm not a drug dealer when I'm 5. You feel what I'm saying? But if I told niggas the stories and the shit I've been through, they swear I was talking bricks. I was like, man, y'all niggas don't appreciate shit. I could write you niggas the Bible, then die on the cross and y'all will find a way to bitch. Because I could give my story as raw and real and as fragile and open as I possibly could. And they'll find a way to say, man, this nigga can't be telling the truth. All right. But I'm going to take it there. You feel what the fuck I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I promise you, if I go out, I ain't going out on the cross. I'm going to go out in the head. I'm going to go out firing. And it won't be for y'all niggas' sins. It will be for mine. I'm out here motherfucking living. I'd be damned if I go out for y'all sins. That ain't what that line mean. But y'all would find a way to bitch if I did. And that line is the duality of Baecation is real. So you know what I'm saying in relation to the rest of that verse when I say that shit, as far as the people that would find a way to bitch if I died on a cross for them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck them. You feel what I'm saying? But one line I wanted to shout out is the first line of this song. That tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Bro, that is bars, cuz.
Spice Girls.
But what I'm saying is, if you want to be my lover, I got to get with your friends. That's what I'm saying. I'm turning up. I'm turning up on this song, bro. And I told you, I always keep it the way it's on the surface to where if all you listening to is the surface lyrics, I'll connect the dots for you. But I'm always saying more than I'm actually saying. I say that shit, then I say raised in the 90s because that's when the song came out. Born in the 80s, crack baby, raised in the wake. And then we jump. But yeah, go ahead though, my friend.
Yeah, so you've already recited a few of the lines that I continue to write, which is, man, you niggas don't appreciate shit. I could write you niggas the Bible, then die on the cross, and y'all would still find a way to bitch. Y'all would find a way to bitch. Following that, it says, I'm a motherfucking Pharaoh, God in the flesh, a motherfucking army when I'm walking by myself. Talk to me about those lines a little bit.
Man, part of what inspired and the thought of the bars that preceded that was when we actually recorded this project, I was in my Hey Sushi. I was 33. You feel what I'm saying? And I thought about his lost time that's missing from his story and shit. And then the next line, I'm a motherfucking Pharaoh, God in the flesh, is because Pharaoh was thought to be God amongst men. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If you do research into what Pharaoh actually was and what role he held, it was a position in government. You feel what I'm saying? And he was over finances. He handled taxes and shit like that, like Pharaoh tax niggas. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different levels to why I say I'm a motherfucking Pharaoh. I'm finna be out here taxing nigga. We finna get that motherfucking bread. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas already manifestation ain't even the word. Nigga planted the seed a long time ago and shit is flowering. You know what I'm saying? The world finna, universe finna give up that pussy you talking about. But God in the flesh, a motherfucking army when I'm walking by myself. And I always reference the way I think is because I'm never truly alone, because I'm never existing in my own perspective, even though I live in my own reality, if that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? Some people have an angel on their shoulder. Some people have a devil on their shoulder. I don't have schizophrenia, multiple personality disorder, but I never have one line of thought guiding how I move. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by I'm an army when I'm walking by myself, because my decision making is extremely elevated in how I process information. But the team's so strong, got the scheme in my zone, consigliere to the mob everywhere I go home. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I be overthinking shit, and it ain't that complicated sometimes.
And when you wrap it up, following up that last comment about the team, you said, don't tell me about the grind. I done slaved for the whip. I done slaved for the team. I done slaved for the fam. I done slaved for everybody but myself. And then you finish it off with that same emphasis that we heard about the crib getting hit with the first raid. You finish it off with that goddamn. So tell me where you are right now in slaving for all these different entities, slaving for these different things in your life and not having done it personally. Where does that come from, and where has it led you to, and where is it going to lead you?
I really appreciate how you asked that question, because you answered it and how you asked it. I opened the goddamn with a linchpin moment that was scarring, that shaped a lot of how the next couple of years of maturation went. And I closed with a realization that was just as scarring. I done slaved for material shit, the whips, the jury, the da-da-da. I done slaved for the team and put everybody else first, took care of several different families, and not paid myself or ate in months and shit. You feel what I'm saying? I done slaved for the fam. I done slaved for everybody but myself. And that last line is what really fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was the realization that fucked me up. Because when I got to the point to where I committed myself fully to health, when I stepped away from everybody else, it's like I gave myself an undeserved vacation. And the grind I had been putting down for a decade to benefit other motherfuckers, I didn't put down for myself. I just retreated and sat, and I downward spiraled, and I started to feel depressed like I did in a time in my life when everything was extremely fucked up, when everything was as good as it had ever been. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was on the precipice and had access to absolutely everything I ever wanted and wasn't doing a goddamn thing about it. And when that shit hit me, that shit just hurt. Because of the mental space that I was in, I wasn't in the moment equipped to do a goddamn thing about it. And that's why it closed with the God damn. And then I did something about it. You feel what I'm saying? Then I did something about it. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, admitting you have a problem is the first step.
First step. Speaking of first steps, and
because the song is called Needs, and that last realization was something I needed to realize. Because I take you through a lot of different fun shit and hit you with a bunch of punchlines and bars and shit, but that last line is just some raw ass honesty. It's something I needed to admit, and realizing something like that will make you put that song on repeat. Because right after you finish that bitch, you gonna need a song that you can roll to, a song that you can blow to. Rolling smoke. You feel what I'm saying?
That nigga gonna steal my wrap up because I was about to finish what we started off with needs. The first step is needs, and I was about to wrap that up with Maslow's hierarchy is taking care of your needs first. But can I do something for you, man?
It's 9/11. Give me some headlines.
I'm gonna give you some headlines, man.
Well, I wanted to ask you what you got for me so bad. I was like, that ain't my line.
What you got for me? What you got for me?
Bro, I need to run to the restroom and tell me why. I forgot we was doing the show, nigga. I almost moved my mouse and cut the Zoom off. I said, ooh, that shit reflex at your point. You know.
Yeah, man. I feel like what we done with Baecation, like it's added some new value to the show, and adding that value to the show, like I wonder if it needs to become its own entity in partnership with the show almost, because we could see it like I think we may have talked about it was over 20 minutes that we talked about needs, man. And so being able to interview your partner about the thing that y'all have been doing together since 2006, which is putting music, 2000, I guess, 7, 8-ish, when we actually started writing and recording songs and shit together, man. So yeah, let us know how y'all feel about
freshman year at the quad dorm, cuz. We got it in over there. BT used to sleep on the floor in the studio, nigga. We was over there getting it. Go DJ Remix was the first track, 2006, nigga.
Yeah.
08 was the beginning of DHM.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Let me give you these headlines though, man.
That nigga filled time perfectly. He got deep into that shit. I fuck with it though. We got enough music to keep this shit going after Baecation, even until we get the next project going. We can keep doing this shit. We'll take a break though and get to doing some creative new shit in season 2, and then see how we feel going into the summer.
First headline from the Hollywood Reporter: groundbreaker Garrett Morris on battling racism on SNL, overcoming addiction and why Dave Chappelle is a comic genius. Second story from USA Today. Huge statement for women. South Carolina's Dawn Staley gets big raise, contract extension.
Juicy mouth that nigga over here. Don Staley got that nigga salivating.
Bruh.
Is my sound good today?
Yeah, I can hear it well.
Okay, cool.
And then from goodblacknews.org, one of my favorite sites.
Sound like
Birmingham native and Reparations Now author Ashley M. Jones named Poet Laureate of Alabama.
So we got Don Staley,
yeah,
Poet Laureate of Alabama, or Garrett Morris,
who is Stan from Martin.
What?
He's Stan in Martin. That's his character. Like that's like a character I think you would know.
The manager of the radio station?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it was Keenan homeboy, the nigga who was in Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping. So I'm definitely going with I'm trying to think what the fans want to hear about the poor look. Fuck, I start to say fuck the fans. Fuck y'all, cuz. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, let's hear about number 3, man. Let's go with Alabama Poet Laureate. That sounds very intriguing.
Yeah. From goodblacknews.org, Birmingham native and Reparations Now author Ashley M. Jones named Poet Laureate of Alabama. Birmingham native Ashley M. Jones was recently named Poet Laureate of Alabama 2022 to 2026, the youngest and first Black person to hold the position created 91 years ago. Quote, hopefully as Poet Laureate, I can shine some light on the work that is being done that is positive and just remind people that the South is still part of the U.S., Jones said. Jones guest edited Poetry magazine earlier this year, and after the magazine and its publisher were challenged to do more to support poets from marginalized populations and support Black Lives Matter protests. Jones' 2021 collection, Reparations Now, examines history through verse, such as the 1963 Birmingham church bombing that killed 4 little girls, as well as Jones' personal experiences with racism. Jones earned a Master of Fine Arts degree from Florida International University. According to JBHE.com, she currently teaches at Converse College in Spartanburg, South Carolina, as well as the Alabama School of Fine Arts. Jones also co-directs the PEN American chapter in Birmingham, Alabama, and runs a nonprofit organization called Magic City Poetry Festival, which is having an online event on November the 15th.
I'd go to that, boy. you heard me? The Magic City Poetry Festival. That sounds like some Future show up too.
And turn it out.
How many people gonna be there? Here I am. I'm gonna be there every time.
But yeah, man. What do you think, man? Because I know we hate, not hate, but
I'm like, don't throw it to me with hate. You can keep that.
It took them.
Keep that toss.
It took pressure being put on these folks for them to finally acknowledge the talent that comes from marginalized groups of people. And this young lady is the youngest and the first Black Poet Laureate of Alabama. But like we always say, she's the first who was given the honor. She's probably not the first, and very well probably not the first who is deserving of it or has earned that position. Not to say this young lady hasn't earned it at all. It's just that I'm sure that there are other poets, like in the 91 years, it was probably misappropriated 70 times, we'll say.
Yeah. She the first one that was allowed to. But the demarcation of celebrating the first is celebrating the first Black person who went through all the bullshit it took, who went through all the being looked over, who more than likely went up for this more than one time in order to get there. I'm not knowledgeable, so I don't know exactly how it works, so I'm speaking out of turn. I'll say that on the front end. That's why we got liable and defamation insurance. But I will say this. For the first of the Blacks to do things, the melanated people to do things, I will say thank you for having a big ass foot and kicking in doors so that the rest of us get to just go do shit. Because I don't believe, like, Jackie Robinson wasn't the best baseball player in the Negro leagues. He was the right person to integrate baseball with because he had the patience it took to be the first Black baseball player in MLB. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Barry Bonds of the Negro leagues would have acted like Barry Bonds if you called him a nigga in your stadium after he slapped a home run. The same way Barry Bonds acted when you did it, that's how he would have acted even back then.
Right.
Because he knew how fucking good he was. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't want to make this about the first Black people to do things. I want to talk about Shorty, and it's really dope. And it sounds like she, before she even steps into the role, has a purpose for it, similar to J.K. Rowling had the ending of Harry Potter done, or the 7th book before she finished the 1st book. I feel like she knows exactly where she's going, so not a moment will be I start to say wasted. Not a moment will be wasted in this role for her, and I'm excited to see what the current poet laureate of Alabama does, regardless of her race and regardless of how many of the people of her race got to do it before her. I'm excited to see where she takes it and where the art grows from her stewardship.
Yeah. I appreciate you for sharing that, man. And I share those similar sentiments, man. With Alabama being my home state, we are often in the news for the wrong reasons. And so when I saw this story, obviously it jumped out at me. Because one,
Have you seen the leprechaun say, yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
But this is I love Black women.
I want
check.
to know.
I love Alabama. Check. I love writing and poetry. Check. And I love Black people getting their flowers, especially in the realm of creativity. Check, and check, man. So, and she rocking this cool ass hat in the picture with a big ass smile with some beautiful cheekbones and dimples, and her red lipstick. So, I'm very proud.
I ain't a big red lipstick guy.
What's your color?
It depends on the shade of the person wearing it. I feel like it's like wearing an outfit. It ain't about matching your lipstick to what you got on. It's about wearing something like picking a cologne. All cologne don't smell good on everybody. You got to pick something that accentuates your natural body scent if you know what you're doing. If you got a good scent palette up in your nostrils and whatnot. Not everybody do, but the same thing for lipsticks, man. I feel like you gotta wear something to go well with your face. It be women. I ain't gonna say what shade of women might not want to wear purple lipstick, but it be women who I feel like shouldn't wear purple lipstick wearing purple lipstick and shit. And I be like, nah, that ain't your move, shorty. King to Bishop 4, goddamn, you went rook the night 7. Like, that shit was not your move. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like redheads should wear red lipstick. Their complexions and makeup usually go well with it. They be having freckles and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was the young lady that went to Swanee that was in my class that thick red head chick, man, like this big bushy curly red hair. She always wore red lipstick, and like she spoke very confidently. And like when she spoke at events and stuff, I was very captivated by Shawty, man. So I definitely can see that. And yeah.
It's a musician turned actress who is a red lipstick chick from Sawana. You remember Justina Kelly?
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course I do, man.
Was you at that show we went to at the bar over there off of Piedmont?
No, I was at Best Spot that night. Y'all came and got my car.
Damn.
Because Chin was there.
Peter was there too. Yeah. It was like years since we had seen the Lost Boys, man. Sawana introduced us to so many different folks, bruh. Shouts out to Chan too. And the Komodo Dragons. We champions forever, baby. That's why you play in the mural. Because you build bonds forever, bruh. We wanted bruh, I was in there hooping, playing pickup. He was like, man, you play in the mural? I was like, nah, man. He was like, man, come forward with the Komodo Dragons. I said, I'm already with you off the strength of the name. Then they sat me on the bench for one game, and when they checked me in, I was a starter the rest of the season. I said, yeah, I can fuck with niggas who do it off of merit, because they ain't know me from a can of paint. And everybody who I played with, I fuck with to this day. Taylor Triplet, like the whole crew, cuz. It's gang over here, bro. I'm SM12 too, man. I retired Redeem Team. We did that before Brown and them. We was Redeem Team in 2010. They stole our heat in 2012.
Well, Betty, man.
These facts.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
We retired the Redeem Team, bro. Gave you some headlines, man. Went from niggas throwing chairs in the stand after losing to the faculty and staff. Niggas blew the game on free throws too, bro. That shit was so legendary. Do you know how fun that game was to watch?
I don't.
I know you was mad, bro, but if you could see what Mike Forrester wife looked like holding her baby as he pulled up and hit threes and shit, bro. Like, you see the baby go, because she bouncing this shit. Like, bro, I'm talking about, it was kind of hype to watch. I was like, damn, I don't know who I want to win. I'm going to just watch how this play out. And to be like watching the mother and child root on her husband and shit. Like, and this the lady who managed my Regions account, because she worked at Regions. So I know her. You feel what I'm saying? I had spoke to her when I came in and stuff. And then for it to end with like literally a Boondocks nigga moment, it's one of the best basketball games I've been to in my life, bruh. So you don't know what it was like to watch because you was in that shit, but it was tense. It came down to the final moments. Y'all was arguing at halftime and I got to see it. Like, that shit was fire, bruh. In my mind, it didn't happen, but a Tiger Girls performance from the actual basketball season happened at halftime. That's how I edited it in my memory. Y'all had a Tiger Girls performance that game.
Shout out to the Tiger Girls, man.
Yeah. It's what sealed a paramour I dated for 10 years, man. I went to visit Sawana and she had a performance at a basketball game. And what's that Bring It On shit? The shit where they look at you while they doing the chill. You feel what I'm talking about, bro? And to this day, I ain't talked to her in years. But back when we were talking, she swore up and down she ain't do it, but bro, I swear she was. I'm talking about throwing that shit, man.
with the Will
Hey, you know how niggas be? I'm up there with my partner friend Decatur, cause we visiting Swanee together, and that nigga talking about, bro, she looking at you, bro. I'm like, no, she ain't. Bring it up out of here, bro. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, bro, she looking dead at your boy, bro. And I'm looking around, I'm like, ain't no other niggas over here but me, cuz. Like, I'm talking about, I'm just in there hyping myself up. Shouts out to the Tiger Girls, cuz. Changing lives.
That's funny. Tiger Girls. Tiger Boys. Shout out to Lou. Tiger Boy.
Hey, but and I ain't even know that thing was thangin' like that. Cause when I met him coming into the game. You feel me? I was crossing the street and Mama Faith was driving, so she hit me with the toot toot beat beat. It was like, Dave. I like, ear, because I had on the little Decatur Letterman, so that how she, I don't know. She probably just recognized my face. I don't know. Because, you know, the street ain't that big. If you driving down there, you see me. But but yeah, you know how we met, though. I ain't telling it to the people. That's for a different day. But yeah, shout out to the Tiger Girls. And they performed at halftime of the championship the year before the Redeem. Y'all created the need for the Redeem team because they never invite me to join SM12 if not for that. Because I'm the last person who had ever really met them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the God, man.
To the God. Yeah. Speaking of the transition of life, man, I don't want to spend a harp on this for a very long time, but I feel like we have to give it some attention, simply because it's in the city that I live in, and it affects the industry in which we are members of. But happy transition to the souls that were lost at Astroworld this past weekend. First and foremost, that's the most important part of this. Physical bodies are no longer here. That energy is elsewhere in the universe. And we at GSH, like, we relate to that part of life differently, which is a part of life. Death is a part of life. We call it, some people call it the final stage, but, you know, we don't really know what happens afterwards. Hearing the story was definitely heartbreaking, man. Definitely a tragedy. And I still haven't completely wrapped my head around like what takeaways I have from it. I have a couple of thoughts on it, but I know because you shared it with me, like about an hour after the lady hit me with it, and I had become privy to the information. So when it came to you, what was on your mind, and yeah, like how has it affected you and made you think about not transition or anything, but like what thoughts crossed your mind, and like what has been dominant on your mind about what you saw transpire at Astroworld?
Made me think two things really. One is the two things about this music shit that I'm obsessed with. Well, three things is consuming it, making it, and performing it. And to think about my happy place having death in it fucked me up a little bit, because Astroworld is the realization of him recreating something that was in his childhood that he brought to life and brought back to his city. Like the first Astroworld, he got a key to the city and it was Travis Scott Day. And now the name, because as a black man, they love to make your life about your biggest mistake, will forever be attached to this, not Travis Scott Day. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I lamented that like a motherfucker. And then the thought bubbles, just because of how they work, went, what led to the original Astroworld closing down? Was it not a bunch of deaths? What led to that theme park closing down?
I could try to take a look up.
That's the next thought that I had. And because I didn't want the answer to be a bunch of deaths, I refused to go look it up. Yeah. Because I was already fucked up with the performance shit. Yeah. I feel like we need the answers for the show. So you respond and I check it out. I get them answers. And if I just shake my head, yeah, it's yes.
So a few of the takeaways that I had were, how does that happen with us being the apex of intellectual ability? How do you feel life below your feet being like you stepping on, like if I step on somebody, like niggas can't get their shoes stepped on sometimes without getting shot. How you stepping on somebody whole person or like being pushed to the point where it's a human stampede? Like we're humans. Like that's okay for wildebeests and that's okay for, you know, animals that are like migrating to get away from predators. But if you at a concert, man, enjoying the show, like how, if you getting stepped, like how could you not put yourself in the shoes of the person that's being stepped on and trampled upon? Because it was people who came up to the side of the stage like, yo, we got to stop the show. Like this shit crazy out here. And so for that to happen, like and like, I don't believe I'm not the person that's going to blame that on Travis. You know what I mean? Like, he's the attraction. I can't be the attraction and be here to perform and also control the crowd. And like, I've seen people do it. Like, I definitely seen people do it. And I'm not saying he is without fault, but I'm not trying to put this on his back either. Because a lot of it is somebody around you's falling.
His feet didn't hit anybody's body. And for there to be people who were there who actually did the shit that led to people's deaths, to try and blame anybody other than the people who did it, some fuck shit to me. Yeah. Whenever there's a issue at a big event and they try to blame the artist, inciting a riot or any of that shit.
Yeah.
It be grown ass people at these events. Get the fuck out of here. Don't take your ass to a concert if you're not going to at least be responsible for your own actions. How could he keep performing with that going on? Have you ever been on stage with monitors pointing back at you, blasting music with inner ears in so that you can hear your voice properly, with lights shining in your face and seeing what your field of vision look like? The nigga wear contacts. You don't know if he got any astigmatism. That shit feel like a Michael Bay movie when you driving on a 2-lane street and a nigga driving down that bitch with high beams on. You be like, God damn, I can only imagine what it feel like at a stadium show. I'm finna find out. You better believe it, goddamn. But that's my point, though. Niggas don't know what the experience is like to be Travis Scott and what you're able to see as far as the crowd. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a reason a motherfucker have to come to the side of the stage to be able to see him. Because if they came to the front, he probably wouldn't be able to see their ass.
And another part about this is it happens literally every year during the pilgrimage to Mecca.
So like people die?
People die every year. Every year in the pilgrimage to Mecca, people pass away from getting trampled. And it happens every year.
But they lay down or something? How people be running?
It is a sea of people. And they just walking, I guess. Like I have no clue how it happens, but every year they lose lives in the pilgrimage to Mecca. And I don't understand how. Like, how are we not taking care of each other to the point where we see somebody fall and it's a simple telephone, but it's very easy. Hey, look, somebody just fell. Can you tell the people right here? And you hear the person, somebody, hey, somebody just fell. Like, I feel like it shouldn't happen. This is something that can be avoided. Like, this is something that can completely be avoided. You can't convince me that this can't be avoided. Because the way it happened at the Travis Scott concert, people was pushing towards the stage. Like, you're not going to be able to get up on the stage no matter how close you get. You're not going to get up on that stage. You getting 5 or 6 to 10 feet closer is not going to improve. Like, how are 8 lives lost when you're trying to improve your view by 10 fucking feet? And so, and I saw videos, like people were posting videos about like guys stopping like they show and stuff, which is great. Absolutely. If you see that happen, like there was a mosh pit and like one of the artists saw what happened in the mosh pit and he's like, ho, hey, can we stop real quick? Hey, can you help that guy up? Safety first in here, man. Safety first. And I understand, like, I applaud that. and I'm not trying to put this on Travis Scott's back to say that I don't know what he saw, what he was dealing with, what have you, but we can't, and that is a mark of humanity nowadays, and probably since the beginning of fucking time. Somebody got to be blamed. We got to point the finger at somebody, and he the easiest motherfucker to blame because it's a Travis Scott production.
Either one you could file a personal lawsuit against.
And so, like I said, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I feel like we had to touch on it at least, and just to pay homage and give respects to the lives who transitioned, and the lives who are the people who were hospitalized and survived. But the moral of the story, man, is take care of each other. Like we here together. Like you don't want to be around somebody, like, but in a situation like that, you don't really have a lot of power of who you are around. In the same way your mama wants your ass to come home, or your lady wants you to come home, or your man wants you to come home, or your auntie wants you to come home. Like those folks were looking for their baby to come home and they didn't come home. And it's something that could have completely been avoided, man. And so the moral of the fucking story is take care of each other, man. Like it don't have to be nearly as hard as we make it. And don't lose sight of the big fucking picture. And it's not just this situation. Like this is just an opportunity for me to say, take care of each other. Because if I don't say it, I don't want to be the motherfucker who don't say what he actually feeling in the moment where he have the platform and the space to say it. Like I don't give a fuck who see this. So like over time, like hopefully somebody see this at the right time. And I never hear about it, but it prevents something tragic from happening where somebody baby don't come home to them that day. Just take care of each other, man. Take care of yourself. I mean, in doing so, you'll help take care of other people, man. If you have any other thoughts about this joint, man? Because I want to transition to somebody who is an event that happened recently.
I do. I'm sorry. Yeah. The other Astroworld closed because it wasn't making enough money. I forgot that if I shook my head, it meant it was a bunch of deaths, and I didn't want to end it like that.
Okay.
They didn't make enough money, so they closed in 2005 after Fright Night, which is like a huge event. It's the Christmas for a theme park because it's right before winter, and niggas ain't going to Six Flags for an ice roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, October 30th, 2005, the final night of Fright Fest, they closed.
Okay.
Due to lack of revenue. But yeah, please move forward. Yeah. You see why I had to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, you asked me if I had anything, and I said, it's like, damn, how many people died? Niggas gonna be Googling their ass, huh?
Speaking of not making enough money, this next person I want to transition to does not have that fucking problem because he put some motherfuckers in the group text who have a lot of money amongst them and told them I'm worth more than all you bitches put together. Like, let's be real here. Close personal friend of the show, Kanye West, went on Drink Champs by shout out to the Nori and his platform, man. He doing a lot of really dope things over there.
Who was in that group text?
Kim Kardashian was in that group text. Hold on. I got the list of people. Hold on. Kim was in there. Travis Scott was in there. I want to say Drake was in there. Hold on, let me see. I know Jay wasn't in there. Maybe Jay was in there.
Why was he beefing with them? Where the smoke come from?
It came from Sicko Mode. Like it was after,
Oh,
like I
okay.
think it was after like Sicko Mode dropped or some shit like that, and like he put everybody in the group text and was like, "Hey, hold on, damn it, man."
He included their wife. That shit crazy.
He did. And listen to this list of people. Listen to this list of people, G. In addition to speaking about Drake at multiple points in the interview just before the 52-minute mark, Ye addressed perceived lyrical slights against him on Certified Lover Boy Artist 2018 Sicko Mode feature. I put everybody on the group text, Yeezy said. In the group text, according to Ye, were Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian West, Kid Cudi, Pusha, Drake, and Travis Scott. From there, he seemingly referenced Jay at one point being involved with the song, then mentioned a more recent C.O.W track that has fans revisiting the Drake and Ye beef. At some point in this group text, per Ye, he told the others, "I'm worth more than all of y'all on this text combined." From there, Ye connected this portion of the conversation back to Kim. Bruh, man, is he. Buddy be off the rails, and I, for one, am enthralled. But yeah,
I don't like group text, but I think I'd enjoy being on that group text.
Hell yeah.
I need all them
also,
notifications.
like all of these is rappers and Kim Kardashian West. Like why you put your lady in here? Why you put your lady in here? But
shit, you know.
So
why.
yeah, man. Did you get a chance to check out any of it? Like, did you have any takeaways from that interview? Even if you just saw clips, because there was a few things that I saw that I wanted to.
I caught clips. I ain't get to watch the thing start to finish, and now I'm mad at myself.
No, neither did I. I want to watch it back, but I didn't.
I'm Team Big Draco. I told you that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? What the first nigga I told you. I remember teaching niggas how to do the Soldier Boy on my visit to Sewanee. Well, one of the times I visited Sewanee back when I was in high school. That shit was funny. It was some niggas in the bridge program. It was other high school students. But anyway, man, that nigga took a shot at Soldier. They was like, they asked him why he took Soldier verse off of the album. He was like, "Nigga, did you hear that verse?" And that's the first clip I saw, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." If you go watch that part of the interview, what's actually happening is he said, "Soldier Boy top 5 most influential all time," and I'm not finna argue with you niggas about it. And they was like, "Then why you take him off the album?" Trying to derail the point he was about to make, and they did exactly what the fuck they wanted to do. They got him to say some fuck shit about Soulja Boy instead of to continue to love on him and make his point to help have a legend, a Hall of Fame nigga, somebody who will be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one day, put the stamp on him being top 5 most influential. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like that was some hater shit. But Soulja Boy response was hilarious. That it like he's like, "Don't get on the internet and say some shit you ain't say to my face." And that's always funny because at the end and beginning of the day, a lot of people say that shit as if something negative would have happened if it was said to their face. When the honesty of it may be your feelings is hurt that he says something behind your back in your mind, when to a camera not behind your back. I don't know. That whole element of shit be funny to me. Like, nigga be like, "Yeah, nigga, don't be talking about me when I ain't around." I'm like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. If I experienced it, I talk about whatever the fuck I want to. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
What you gonna do? Do what you would do if I said something about you when you wasn't around right now. Let's get it out the way. All right, whatever, nigga. That's usually what you get. You feel me? But yeah, man. If you asking why Ye didn't hurt your feelings to your face, but when niggas asked him why he didn't put your verse on the album, he was honest. He always honest in them situations. Too honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, what part of the interview, what snippet caught your eye that made you you can speak on that if you want to, but what you had thoughts about?
Man, I wanted to talk about one part.
What's that?
Ye said that Bone Crusher is the moment at which Atlanta took over rap. And I had to revisit that. And I don't think he was wrong. In 2003, Bone Crusher dropped Never Scared. Like when it was like when he said like that was the moment where like Atlanta became like it was the, even when you had, because he talked about Outkast, he talked about like Goody Mob, and he's like those cats weren't like very street. He was like at that point Atlanta was like conscious and like they was dancing, but like that Bone Crusher was the first like street nigga who had a big hit, like a national hit, and Never Scared that featured two.
I think Lil Jon produced that too.
And Killer Mike and T.I. was on it. And he was like, that was the moment where Atlanta took over rap. So as somebody who is East Side 6 Decatur, shout out C.O.D. Decatur Boy Music.
Yeah, tell me.
What kind of truth is in this, or is it based in any truth, in your opinion, being in Atlanta at that time, being, I think, a sophomore maybe in high school?
Shit, man. For me, perspective is everything. So in his mind, that may be the moment. But I came up in Atlanta. So I have music niggas have never fucking heard that is better than the shit that was on the radio at the time. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had 2 Crime Mob albums before y'all heard Nuck If You Buck. It's 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Nuck If You Buck was them finding theyself. And they got a bunch of shit they hit before that. That's mixed terribly, nigga. But that shit raw as fuck and I love it. You feel me? Like, Jeezy got sell mixtapes before Can't Ban the Snowman. Album quality shit before you ever heard TM 101. So niggas can think that's when Atlanta took it over, but that's when the world knew that Atlanta had taken it over. Killer Mike is a product of the Dungeon family. So you could say Outkast wasn't quite this, but the Dungeon family wasn't missing a goddamn thing. From Cool Breeze to you feel them? They had a white boy on there. Like, they wasn't missing, well, he was light skinned. They wasn't missing a goddamn thing. You feel that? Cool Breeze wasn't white. It was a different nigga. I don't know why I tried to make Cool Breeze white. He gonna be mad if he hear that. But bro, it wasn't shit we was missing, bro. It's stuff I forecasted to you that Atlanta always filled the role for. When you met me back in like 2004, I talked to you about the game needing a trio.
Yeah.
I said the game need a trio, bruh. And then what happened? Doot, doot, doot. Here come Travis Porter.
Migos. Yeah,
no, Travis Porter.
Yeah, Travis
and them
Porter,
niggas
right.
had it. I remember the first time you emailed me Spiffed Up. That was the first Travis Porter song I heard up.
My brother put me on that. The Kenny. That was a Kenny.
I was like, what is these niggas on? And this the futuristic movement. This stupid fruity swag.
Yeah.
And this what I mean by they movement was called a futuristic movement. Tell me if Young Lay dropped Ain't I Today, the people who obsessed with Cardi music wouldn't love that shit like it was the gospel. You got to know the boy futuristic, ain't I? My work and made the J do the jump, man. Can't I? Tell me niggas couldn't TikTok the dance to what he was rapping.
Yeah.
J Money, third name, last name. And that nigga got albums. The nigga that made I Just Don't Give a got albums. The nigga that introduced the world of Future with racks on racks on racks got music that niggas will never go listen to because they were just obsessed with the nigga that was going, I got racks on. And they was like, that ain't him. That's Future. Okay, well, let's listen to Future. And then Future came with Tony Montana and it was over. But Future got albums before Tony Montana. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dirty Sprite 2, the album, is the second in a series, but that is one of many mixtape series this nigga has. They think Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights was a one-off for Future. Now, that was just a period in his career where he was mainstream, so he already had enough attention to where he didn't need marketing for that shit to touch a lot of people. And when you heard the quality, that shit blew up. So I feel like Atlanta has had hip hop since the first time I heard Jermaine Dupri slide on a Jay-Z track. I said, oh, we got this shit. When I heard Money Ain't a Thing, I feel like we took it in 97. So yay, 4 years later, in my opinion.
Yeah. Top down screaming out Money Ain't a Thing. Yeah, he smashed that. He smashed it. Smashed it. In the Ferrari and Jaguar, switching both lane with the top down screaming out Money Ain't a Thing. Man, what? Yeah. And that's the thing, bro. It's like
a producer stood toe to toe with the nigga y'all would one day call GOAT. Imagine if he committed all of his time to rapping. Tell me that nigga ain't go bar for bar. Jay-Z did his thing on there, but Jermaine Dupri went ham on that shit. And I told you, and we got something for y'all next year for Atlanta. But I talked to you about us being the center of music since the 90s. That's why I believe we have hip hop, because I believe we had all the music. But we'll talk more about that as we get into season 2, man.
We will, man. Can I do something for you?
Hell nah. My cake thick. I live a life. Eating crab, watching bitches shake shit all night. I make the big moves, do the big things, take small groups, turn them into big names. The big dog with the big chain, frostbit bracelet, the match cat say I'm the shit, man. Type of cat that you need in your crew. Type of dude that'll do shit you won't do. Get more burned than a candle. Too hot to hold, too much to handle. In the black CeeLo, he know if she look, she go bye-bye with that, and they ain't gotta say no more. Y'all don't hear JD. Bruh, give me some headlines, man.
Square Bitty.
JD rapping his ass off, man.
Square Bitty. All right, man. For my good friends over at NPR, I'm about to bring you some headlines. And you know that first headline, when I hit this voice, is going to be from my good friends over at NPR. The first headline is, if NASA greenlights this interstellar mission, it could last 100 years. Second headline, from Essence in partnership with MSN, Issa Rae's reality show Sweet Life Los Angeles renewed at HBO Max. And the final headline is, in congruence with the lyric video and needs, the 16th Japanese classic car show basks in the rising sun of collector values. and that is by Auto Week. So we have Issa Rae's show, Sweet Life Los Angeles.
Not a space agency.
Not
a space agency, aka NASA.
Yeah, not a space agency. Essence Magazine, in congruence with MSN, Issa Rae's reality show, Sweet Life Los Angeles, renewed at HBO Max.
Is the headline we will be going with. Shouts out to that Japanese car show though, because I'm sure it was fly. But I got to hear about my black women. Let me hear about it.
Square Biddy. Essence. Issa Rae's reality show, Sweet Life Los Angeles, renewed at
You
HBO
said NPR
Max.
9 times, introducing that NPR story, and then introduced it by saying, and if I talk in this voice, I said, or if you say that shit 5 times before you get a headline, that nigga stole me. But that's just you reminding yourself to not tell them before you tell them next time. I felt like that's what you was doing. That was funny as shit. I was so mad I wasn't in here to fuck with you when you did that shit. I was thinking about that recipe for success. I forgot we gonna be, oh man, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Big things on the horizon, man. Big things.
The reality show from Issa Rae follows the lives of Los Angeles 20-somethings Jordan Bentley, PJ Compton, Robert Lee, Amanda Scott, Cheryl Desvines, Gerald Smith II, Rebecca Becky
making up
Maggot,
Rebecca
Jones,
Becky
Becky Maggot, Brianna Jones, Tylen Burns, and Jalen Hart. Some of the cast grew up together while others are working their way into the crew. For some reason, it didn't give me the whole. There we go. Its first season focused on their careers, situationships, and constant pursuit of Black excellence. They bumped heads over what it means to be loyal, shared opinions about classism within the Black community, and the appropriate way to conduct yourself at someone else's celebration. Viewers watched cast members purchase their first home, enjoy lavish birthday parties, go on first dates, enjoy roller skating trips, produce impromptu photo shoots, and move in with their longtime partners. The show embraces the reality of being on a reality show, with the cast filming little vignettes on their own, referring to clips they've seen and thanking Rae for the opportunity at their reunion, and having drunken arguments with producers on their luxury something. Issa Rae, Montrell K, Jimmy Fox, Sherry Maroof Khani, Leola Westbrook, and Sun DeGroff serve as the show's executive producers. Raja Ahmad and Pyong-sun Sunny Yim are co-executive producers. Sarah Rustagi and Ashley Calloway serve as producers.
I'm so happy I picked this story. These names kicking your ass.
Fans are really embracing this endearing, entertaining, and ambitious group of friends.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see where they take us for season 2 as they continue to shine an important light on Black culture in South Los Angeles, added Rebecca Quinn, Senior Vice President, Nonfiction.
I got that one. Max. He sped through that bit like it was a 60 mile an hour zone.
I ain't even gonna front. It is some the women on here are very beautiful. I gotta share this with you, man. But yeah, Issa Rae is on fire.
I be scared to talk about Issa Rae because she be hearing shit that said about her, and if you put her in the keywords, it might pop up on her Google alerts.
Oh, she be responding to shit like KD?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Saying wild shit. Somebody had said something about Issa Rae just not being cute. And she was like, but you look exactly like me, and posted her profile photo with a side by side of her making the same face she was making in her profile photo. And it was from an episode that I had seen, and I was like, damn, that's good promo. But also, she basically was telling us she hate herself without saying it. And I was like, damn, that made me scout. Like, I ain't never talk about Issa Rae because she gonna come read 3-4 tweets and read me like a book and dress me down.
She grew up in this Twitter shit too, bro. She grew up in this.
I want the Issa Rae.
She came up on
and
YouTube.
I fuck with Issa Rae, but you know,
like don't.
I fuck with Issa Rae, but you know, I got jokes, but I don't want the smoke. And I ain't got no joke.
You on this Eric Benet shit right now with the with the peanut hanging off and smoking the wood with the dread bangs. Tell me about it though, Eric.
Issa Rae skin so chocolatey, bro. I swear it look like she ain't never played hopscotch or skint her knee or nothing, bro. It's just smooth ass chocolate. That woman's so chocolatey, bro.
Moisturized and chocolatey.
Bro, I swear. And she smiled like she's shy. You feel what I'm saying? Her smile burst open like a sunrise. It revealed. You feel me? She know she got them pearlies. She know them teeth coming. What's that?
But I just did. It ain't like that.
Yeah. You know, I was gonna
I try to make my smile burst.
Bro, tell me why I be looking at pictures of bitches that advertising and I be like, oh, that's the smiles. I be like, but I watch way too many seasons of fucking America's Next Top Model fuck around with Tyra Banks. I said, oh, she smizing like a motherfucker. You watch that shit, bro?
No, I don't. I don't have not. I'm not a fan of. Never mind.
It's where you gotta be serious with your face and smile with your eyes. Smiles. So smile and then close your mouth if you're a rookie, and then make your face look normal from there. You see how you look piercing and deep? Like what's behind that? Think more smiling and then go. Let me get into it. You feel me? You gotta keep smiling with your eyes. Rest your face. Don't frown. You feel me? Just rest your cheeks.
Man, I watched the Victoria's Secret model. Like,
hey, bro, to watch you try to stop smiling, some funny shit, bro. Your lips just going. Victoria's Secret, what you call them?
Bruh, modeling look hard as fuck. I never, like before 2014, I never gave modeling the credit it deserved. I couldn't do it. I can't walk in heels. Not that I did try 8th grade. I did try that shit. I did we raised some money for our school doing like some kind of drag queen shit. That was before I was conscious enough to be like, why they got this black man in this dress? But it was white boys out there too. But not that really matters. Yeah. I won. I wore my auntie dress. It was sequins, red sequins.
That just mean it made them the happiest to see you in a dress.
Yeah. I wasn't woke back then. I apologize to the people.
That nigga say, don't try to make me. This ain't a conspiracy, brother. We just talking. Victoria's Secret. Modeling is hard. Don't lose the fuck. Let's not get lost in that. I ain't trying to make it.
Nah, it is.
Hey,
that shit mad different.
Some people be making it look harder than others though, and that be funny as shit. The people who make it look hard, it's obviously hard and I respect it. But the people who make it look hard, that shit funny, bro.
Well, it's hella footage of motherfuckers out there busting their ass on the runways. Like it's OBJ footage out there. OBJ linked footage out there of motherfuckers just eating
when they did the niggas in Paris Victoria's Secret, Ye wouldn't get out of nobody's way. So you saw who was professional and who was they first bro. He was the show. They were not there to see the angels. Let him tell it. He was there
here to see these half naked ass.
You feel me?
Kanye here.
When Versace had Migos at the Versace show, They got the hell out the way. They understood the assignment. You feel me? But at the time, Migos wasn't yay. You feel me? They wasn't. They had dropped Bad and Bougie, and they was at the Gucci show. Maybe they the show they no the Vice. I'm just saying all these fuck niggas. Fuck all y'all, man. Give me some headline merchandise coming soon, man. Y'all gonna think we are saying speak around this bitch when we drop the logos and the merch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the family though. Issa Rae, man, you on a fucking tear right now. And yeah, we applaud the movement. It's
Can I say the thing that I don't want smoke about?
What don't you want smoke about?
James Harden.
You don't want smoke about James Harden.
What I always say about him. Think Flamingo.
I have no clue.
All right, well, I'm going to say it about James Harden. You can move on. James Harden got long ass legs and a short torso.
Oh. That's a bit.
But he don't wear his pants at his belly button because he not a lady. You know? And then a belt to accentuate it, just cartoonish. That shit funny to me. It'd be like, it's only a foot and a half before your chin. What are we doing? You 6 foot.
He in hell this season, by the way.
I ain't even been watching them. They say Kevin Durant playing like the best player in the league, though. I ain't been watching no basketball, bro.
Yeah, I ain't watched it either. I keep getting clips of people fouling James Harden and like them not calling it this season. They just put a stop to it.
Oh, they stopped calling fouls on Bron, and people acted like, oh, why doesn't Bron go to the hole anymore? He was like, why the fuck would he if they're not gonna call the shit? But y'all trying to retire a nigga? Jordan stopped driving too, goddamn.
Bron getting that I feel like he should have had that old man fade away a long time ago. But he had it for so long.
He has.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, he got playoff game winners with that shit.
All that bull in the China shop shit is over though. Stop doing that. Yeah, they not gonna respect it. Don't even do it. All they do
he ain't heavy enough to do it no more.
All they do is take away from the most exciting plays in the game, which is dunks.
Not calling the foul took away from dunks, bruh. It was to accentuate the three, though. It was deliberate.
Yeah. The 3 ball it's cast throwing that bitch up from bruh.
Bruh, to
have
realize,
you ever shot an NBA, like an NBA 3, like if you standing on the line, it's far.
To realize I couldn't shoot when I was young because I was fat and I didn't wear contacts when I hoop is ridiculous. I genuinely couldn't shoot because I couldn't see and I had to shoot around my body. Like, bro, I haven't changed shit about my technique or routine. And I be fucking niggas up when I hoop, bro. I be fucking niggas up. The one thing I hate about basketball that has always pissed me off, bruh, I block a nigga shot above the rim and be like, how did I get up here? I go to jump the dunk and I have to lay that bitch up every time, bruh. It's off the glass with it. Why the fuck were you trying to stop a nigga from scoring your body boyoing better, bruh? I swear, James Pryor would do that shit all the time when I was watching C.O.W games. He'd hit his head on the rim, snatching the nigga shot out the air, just turning defense to offense. He wouldn't even block. He just grabbed it, hit his head on the backboard. Then he come back down, jump from the free throw line, and make it to the fucking circle of the paint and pass it. I'm like, what the fuck he doing out there, man?
Yeah. I miss going to them games. Like that was the only time I didn't hoop. Cause we had some guys that could hoop there.
Yeah.
Like from his league,
the white dude who looked like Kevin Bacon. Spencer was a baller, cuz.
That nigga said the white didn't look like Kevin Bacon. I never put that together. He do look like Kevin Bacon.
Footloose, you got that right. I used to say that shit in my head all the time when they was warming up because he do the little track. I'm like, Footloose. He whooped our ass when we played them niggas in dodgeball. That nigga a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? They whooped our ass, Pete. You remember that beating?
Oh,
in a church, nonetheless.
Church, yeah. That
bro,
church,
they whooped our ass. He whooped our ass.
Ain't the dog shit out of us in that dodgeball shit. We came in, I think it was a game.
They hit the girl on our team in the face, and if you hit a girl in the face, if you hit anybody in the face, you not out. But they really only call it if you hit a girl in the face. Man, he beamed a girl in the face with a reverse shot. I don't even know how he seen her. Like, but he was about to throw it, and somebody threw at him, and he like helicoptered and threw that bitch behind him, hit a girl in the face. They was like, "Oh, you out of here!" As soon as I threw the shit at the nigga, he walked past somebody. So I tried to be sneaky and hit the nigga he was walking past. He caught the shit. The nigga turned around and was back on the court before he got off the court. They whooped our ass that game.
Yeah.
Cause you play rounds. You got to beat a nigga like 6 times. They beat us every game. I think we got one off. It was the playoffs too. They beat our ass.
Yeah, they schmid our ass.
We missed the first game and they got waxed. And we was like 7-2 or 7-1 or some shit going into the playoffs. So he's like, "Oh, we got them in the rematch. Y'all was missing me and Fred." Nah. Y'all wasn't missing the goddamn thing, but they girls was fire. They was like salt. They was throwing underhand, and that shit was coming 50 miles an hour. And you wasn't supposed to be able to throw these balls 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
One of their girls hit me in the face with one. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And they had crazy strategies. They would run up like it would be balls. I don't know if you played dodgeball for real or just watched the movie, but it would be balls lined up across the middle. And then when they go, you run up and you sprint up and grab the balls, and you got to pass a certain line in order to throw it. This the first time we had played a whole season. This the first time I ever seen somebody run up, grab this shit, and toss it to somebody who was behind the designated line. They got the first game, they got 3 hour people out immediately. And I was like, God damn, we finna lose. I ain't never went into competition and felt like that as soon as it started, bro. I got the best resolve with anybody you'll compete with. But I knew they was finna whoop our ass. When I seen that, I was like, I ain't think of that. I'm strategy guy. They was fucking shit up though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very rare that you get your ass whooped and you just like, man, this is magnificent. Like, yeah. they really put it on our ass out here today. This is
especially when in order to lose, you had to get hit with something every game. Because you got to eliminate everybody to win a round. Yeah. So every game they hit you with something. And you just like, goddamn, he got me. He got me too. You feel me? Like, I'm talking about you give a nigga your best work. I'm talking about you run, he throw the ball, you jump, you throw, you like, man, them niggas, they was ready, boy. You ever heckle anybody at them C.O.W games? Then I used to boo the shit out of that nigga.
Yeah. Oh,
he had a conversation with me about it. He was like, bro, you know I can hit that shit. I was like, yeah. Like every time he missed a free throw, I'd be like, Ben 00, boo. He was 00. I was like, we need to put a B on his jersey. Boo. And like it wouldn't even be clever. I just boo that nigga. And it brought me so much. I got kicked out of like 5 of them games. That's when I knew I was on my shit. I hit him with get off your knees, ref. You're blowing the game. He turned around. You're out of here. I got kicked out of that game twice because I walked back to the room and changed clothes and came back in my football sweats because it was like a football section. I was over there, it's like some them big stupid ass blue shorts. You know what I'm talking about? Them blue jean shorts that had all that blue spray painted shit on them?
No.
So I stood out. Okay. It was some I'm from Decatur shit I used to wear when I first got this one.
Them basketball games just turn up though. Like to be able to walk a few 100 feet to the gym and have your basketball team like on
bruh, and be drunk as a goddamn skunk.
And then like basketball is just that type of sport, like where it's just so intimate. Like you so close to the action.
And the night games, you could take Bacchus to it. Get dropped off, curbside.
That junior year while I lived in St. Luke's, it was easy because I just had to walk across that lawn.
Me too, because it was my freshman year and I just take a nap on your floor if we was going. We play FIFA for a couple of hours. I do a little homework and then take a nap. Go across. That St. Luke's was so fire, man. You was right there by the cafeteria and everything. Oh my God.
I spent that summer there. I was like, hell yeah, I get to spend. I ain't even have to leave. Like we spent the summer in the room that we came back and lived in. We just left our shit in that bitch.
That summer there, I had a corner room. My girlfriend room was right across the fucking way.
To me, that sucked. I'm sorry.
Cause my roommate, he used to
you.
I wish I ain't say a name so I could say the next part. That whole situation was crazy.
That nigga said, I wish I didn't say his name so I could say the next part.
Fuck it, man. We keeping it 100, bruh. These my experience. Don't get mad if I talk about you in my rhymes, cause half of all the time that we spent together is mine. You seen how them beds was raised up and hiked up, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say the next part, man. I'm gonna just leave it. It was weird shit going on in that room. But like, nah, I talk my shit because he walked in on me smashing and ran and told somebody immediately, bruh. That nigga used to sleep under the bed, bruh. And he scared the fuck out of me one night when I came in that bitch. He got up to go use the bathroom as I was coming in because I woke him up coming from Shawty room. Bruh, I said, yeah, bruh, I was ready to fight that nigga. And the craziest shit, it was some Hansel and Gretel, Grandma and the Wolf, how that shit worked, Little Red Riding Hood shit. Because it was somebody in the fucking bed. It was the that white girl he used to kick it with. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Somebody's daughter. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Do remember her.
She was funny, but she was mean as a goddamn skunk. I bet she having a good ass time in this gotcha journalism and woke generation shit. She very much one of them. What do you mean by that type of folk? But not because she give a fuck, but because she can. And now you gotta. I think she having fun.
That's fair. I got a bet for you.
What's that, man? That's a bit.
I said that's fun. That's fun.
That's a hell of a transition. I'm gonna go with it though.
Man. Hey, Caesar's got an app coming out. Caesar's is in like Caesar's Palace. Like where you can
gamble on that bitch?
Yeah. An app, bro.
It's gonna be illegal in every state.
JB Smooth been the it's like the spokesperson for it. He been on commercials and shit. It's coming soon, man.
He probably gonna get a residency out there in Vegas. I'm gonna go see that nigga next time I go.
But yeah.
Have you ever gone to see a residency out there?
I have not.
That's on my bucket list.
I did
I
want
don't
to go
care
see
who it is.
When Cardi B was out there, I wanted to go see hers, but I didn't get the opportunity.
They freed Britney yet? Is she still out there?
I think they freed her. Yeah, they freed her.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, it's Britney, bitch. But yeah, man, the Houston Open is this week, bruh. And so let me see. I'm interested today, man, to see. I want to go, but I'm studying, and so I don't know how that shit gonna work out because, like, obviously, it's an event you got to be at all damn day, and I don't know how the hell I'm gonna make that shit happen. But yeah, the Houston 2021 Houston Open is. I'm trying to pull open these the odds so you can see them to see if you can see who playing it. And see who you trying to bet on, man. We gonna do what we did. There we go.
Scotty.
So we got November 11th through November 14th. The odds to win the 2021 Houston Open. The venue is I'm good. Memorial Park Municipal Golf Course. So whenever you see P on social media golfing, I'm usually at Memorial Park Municipal Golf Course at the driving range, H-Town, Texas. The course length is 7,432 yards, which sounds fucking long.
What's up with them cookies? Hit close on that.
Is some shit popped up?
At the bottom.
Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. Junior Boondowner girl, what's up with them cookies? Calling nigga Webby girl, give me that. Hop up in that
Who
thing.
boy is that?
Good joke. Bone.
Oh yeah.
Skeet, copy. You same boat, bitch.
Boy, I like them. Shouts out to that nigga like me. Pimpin' ain't easy. That nigga came with the hook on a receipt, bruh. That nigga so cold-blooded.
No, that was the bridge. That was the bridge to get to the song. One time for your motherfucking mind, shout out to the bitches with no penny line. Looking for them girls who trying to get loose. Big up to my goon sipping on Grey Goose. Come on.
I told you I found that beat, didn't I? We got to redo that shit for Baecation. Yeah, I found that beat on the hard drive. I'm gonna finish that bitch. Put a melody to it. We gonna remix that bitch. Never mind. Say no more. We turning up to that bitch.
Square bitty. That's what's up, man. Who we taking in this Houston Open? Who you want? We doing a two picks personal, and then we do our bull pick.
The names that jumped out to me for my fave to go with would be Brooks Koepka. And my long shot, I'm thinking Jason Day.
Okay. Brooks.
That's how I'm going to do it, with a favorite and a long shot. BK and JD.
Koepka. Jason Day. I'm going to go
Adam Long shot.
I'm going to go is here in Houston any of these niggas from Houston? I don't think so. I wouldn't know anyway.
That's funny. And they said I wouldn't know anyway.
I don't know about no white golfers from Houston, man. I just
try to see if a nigga grew up playing that course with his daddy.
His grandfather used to take him. They used to go swing in the sand traps every morning for 3 hours.
If I had to bet, CT Pan would be from Houston. I'm finna Google that one.
C.T. Pan. I don't even see that name. Henrik Norlander is a great fucking name. Henrik Norlander. Taylor Pendrith. These ain't real people.
Damn.
Like when you see these motherfuckers' names
He
on
was
here.
born in Mioli, Taipei.
Taipei, okay. I'm going with Matthias Schwab because his daddy on a bank. That's my long shot. Think he might come play some ball.
I'm sure you don't know that for sure. You just being a jerk.
I am.
That's hilarious. You say because his daddy owned a bank. That nigga went to University of Washington too. So he ain't connected to Texas at all.
Favorite. Let's go. I'm going to go Patrick Reed.
That's surprising.
Bull pick. Who we going?
You want to be dicks and just go with Burns?
Yeah.
Let go for it.
Actually, he a white guy. Let's go with somebody with some. I was about to say some color.
You racist.
Yeah.
He said, I want to be outwardly racist and not pick him just because he white. You want to go with Ben Affleck? Seriously?
You white, you Ben Affleck. All right.
He the favorite, bruh.
Come on, cuz. We going paper, rock, scissors between him and Tony Finau.
How many rounds? 1 for 1 or we going? We going 1 for 1 or 2 out of 3? No, okay, I got you.
If I lose in the first, we gonna do another. Paper, rock, scissors, shoot. We going Sam Burns.
Just to update the fans, we have done 7 rounds of paper, rock, scissors now. And I have thrown rocks 7 straight times. This nigga has thrown scissors 7 straight times, y'all. We only play every couple of weeks. But I won 3 2 out of 3s throwing rock, and I just won that 1 out of 1 throwing rock. Shouts out to your boy. And the homie.
He gonna forget one way. He gonna get smacked on this show. He gonna forget.
What's the
he gonna throw that paper.
Forget his name throwing scissors. I started to say like some scissors. Bob
like a rock.
Like a rock. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like some scissors. Shout out to Scissor, man. Incredible artist. I like some scissor. My cheeks hurt. That's funny. Oh man.
She done got juicy in hell, bruh. But she did this shit on stage the other day, bruh. We in the generation of this thigh twerk into the let me stop playing.
The
like you ain't did nothing.
Something like the thing you put on the last GSH.
Yeah.
The thigh wiggle is how we just fire. Now getting to that. Yeah, like how we just now getting to that. Who started?
Turn up though.
The pioneer of the damn.
I think it was them niggas who made that beat where they be like, hi. Oh, what's up? I think that's the first thing that made women just go, oh shit, and they just got ready for that beat drop.
Side wiggle.
You can thank the hood niggas who took their bitches to the strip club. Cause they introduced the regular women to the thigh wiggle. Cause strippers been on.
He's standing in front of me. I gotta show him what this thing about when he get behind me. So they she got them thighs right.
And a lot of women got thigh but don't have ass. Even your slim
women.
fits can do the thigh wiggle.
Bro, me and the lady be going to places that we be
70% of women are posteriorly challenged.
Posteriorly challenged. They are. They is.
I know they pain, man. I done lost all their weight sitting down. Uncomfortable as fuck for me now, bruh. You know how a chair have like air bubbles and stuff? You know the cushions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like if you sitting in the car and you adjust the lumbar support, nigga, I feel every adjustment now. Like this shit firm than a motherfucker. Like sitting was so much more comfortable when a nigga was big, cuz.
Yeah, all that ass had that dupe.
I never get over how much more comfortable just sitting was. I have no idea what to do about it other than squats.
It'd be funny listening to big niggas tell their story. Like former big niggas tell their story. Or big niggas tell their story.
Watching Ant be a little nigga funny as shit, because I never got to see him be a big nigga, but he maintained that he was. He maintained that he was, but I ain't never seen him big, and it's funny.
It makes sense, though. Like, it make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But take a quick trip, man.
Where we headed
to? Man, we about to go to the black market. We about to head to the black miggity market. Marcus. Marcus. Shout out to the homie, man. I miss that fat nigga. Speaking of big niggas, his heavy ass. He be self-deprecating all the time too. Like he just understand. I'm a big dude. I don't want to be little. And I respect it. He came out here. He hit me with some jokes. We went to a Final Four together. He hit me with some jokes, bruh, about being big. But I was rolling. It might have also been that weed I was on too, but he was funny at the same time. But man, shouts out to the black market, man. It is a new segment that we brought to you here at Gimme Some Headlines, where we highlight black business the way we do black business. Last week we brought you a product. We brought you some candles from a good friend of mine, a close personal friend of the show, Mr. Cool Athletics, a company his wife is partnered with. And so this week we want to take you to a different little place, man. We're going to bring you to the city of Houston, Texas. And I want to share with y'all this little company called Project Row Houses. So Project Row Houses is going to reopen to the public. It reopened to the public in July of this year, at the very end of July of this year. But it is, oh my goodness, I don't want to get it wrong. Let me, bruh, I'm so old. Like, technology just be doing me dirty. Dirty as hell. All right, so Project Row Houses is a community platform that enriches lives through art with an emphasis on cultural identity and its impact on the urban landscape. It engages neighbors, artists, and enterprises in collective creative action to help materialize sustainable opportunities in marginalized communities. That is a lot of words. Very descriptive words. So Project Row Houses is this project that it built a community around artistry and what artistry means to the culture of a city by colored, black, melanated peoples. and it's a Project Row House. It's literally a row of houses in Houston, and you go in each one of these, and they have galleries in these houses, man, and they have contributions from all these different artists around the city, they share through all their different mediums this artistry, and they tell you the stories of like their art, and they give you the history of the city, and I'll be sharing this in the show notes. So whenever you come to Houston and you want to get a little bit of culture, you can dip your toe in Project Row Houses. You can say that P and C.O.D. sent you. But yeah, man, go get you some of that. They would love to have you. They have the site encompasses 5 city blocks and houses 39 structures that serve as home base to a variety of community enriching initiatives, art programs, and neighborhood development activities. So yeah, man, come show your love to Project Row Houses in Houston, Texas. I didn't know that shit existed, bro, before last week. Swear I've been like, I was like, man, I got to find something like homegrown that I can go and support that's here. Like, what can I take the lady, for a nice little date? She'll be like, oh, baby, I didn't know this even existed. And I found that shit, man. And like, I haven't been yet, but definitely will go. But yeah, man. And it
Yeah, the lasting thought for me is like, because of how you say it, and maybe it's the Southern draw, Project Row Houses sound like Project Grow Houses. And I was like, yeah, let's go check this out. Yeah, you piqued my interest. And they got art in that motherfucker. We going immediately. If they made that the attraction, nigga, I'm in that bitch. Yeah, I'm like, hold on, let me. Yeah, you say this what now? But yeah, even if that's not the case, it sounds pretty dope. But because that's what I kept hearing, I definitely, it seemed like something I go to check out. And they said, nah, not in the projects. Project Grow House.
Oh. Yeah, man. I love art. We love art. We read books. we write songs, make videos. So yeah, this is right up our alley. Down the street from us. Yeah, man, this is a really
No Shave November time. Getting you too, your mustache tickling the hell out your nose.
Bruh, it's killing me.
And we just starting.
Yeah. We ain't even a week into this shit.
Yeah, hopefully I get used to it. I never do.
The lady gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah, I'm sure. You're gonna be eating that shit in a minute. It's already over your lips. You're gonna have to start.
Yeah,
hitting them with the patty mayonnaise.
And then curl it up at the end.
We going snowboarding this year, man?
Snowboarding? I ain't ever snowboard. You ever seen a nigga snowboard?
Skiing, whatever. We sliding down the ice mountain?
I'll ski. I need both my legs.
Arrange a do it big ski trip this year, bro. What's up?
Arrange this year? That's not going to happen.
Not this year, but you know what I'm talking about 2022. This ski season, fool. This ski season, fool. Nah. And by that, I just mean the gang. That's what I mean by the do it big, like when we used to get the work study checks. That we used to call the truth. We go to Chattanooga, we go to Nashville, we go to MTSU, you know what I'm saying? We call them bitch the do it big trips. Big shit popping, all that.
Yeah, you get that little $300-$400 at the end of the month, but you was balling.
What Future say? I'm a young nigga with a check and I fuck it up.
I'm a young nigga with a check and I fuck it up.
Then spend the other $100 on Walmart grocery, be broke when you get back to the mountain because you ain't driving off that bitch again for another month.
I'm a young nigga with a check. Like I can Me and the lady talk about this shit a lot, bro. Like, can you imagine being in the studio and seeing a nigga get into some shit? Like, seeing a nigga get into some shit. Like, when you hear it come through the speakers, man, that was a bar. But like to hear that shit, like when you hear it's a Roddy Ricch song and he do a ad lib, but I'm like, how the fuck he come up with that sound? Like, can you imagine that nigga say, hold up,
talking about that?
Not even that one, but it's similar to that sound. But he I forget what song it is. It might be in Cream. But it's a weird sound, and I don't know how he made that damn sound, bro. It's a weird sound.
Every time I hear Roddy Ricch, I think about this fan who took a picture with that nigga in the airport. And he said, he told me not to post his pic. And when I posted it, he blocked me. And I was like, well, he blocked you because you did something he asked you not to. And you assuming the reason he did. The nigga was like, put it like this, Roddy Ricch made the nigga look like he was 6'12". He made him look like he was Shaq. And like, that nigga Roddy Ricch just looked tiny every time I see him. I was like, he got a video with YB and Corday, and they literally shoot from a drone shot whenever they standing next to each other. And I'm like, we still can tell this nigga tiny because he gotta cuff his blue jean jacket, because if he didn't, it'll cover his fucking hands. Who he fooling? You can still rap your ass off, man. Go out there and make your hits. It's okay to be you. The nigga look like he could fit in your pocket, though.
Is he short, or is he just like a small, like, statured person?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to the little niggas, man. I'm one of the little niggas.
He built like Wayne was when he was in the Hot Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, bro, why? Like, how these little bitty niggas be? Because a lot of these niggas are super little. T.I. super little. Wayne super little. Kendrick apparently super little. Like, I think that nigga.
You never seen that nigga live?
I have seen him live, but he looked bigger than on stage.
James
he looked
hard. Even though he's super little. I'll put that on everything.
I done seen Dot 3 times in concert. Not one time that he looked like he was 5'5". And I'm not saying he 5'5".
You saying he taller than that?
I think he is. I give him like 5'9".
You think that nigga 5'9"?
I could be wrong. I think he 5'9".
Internet say the nigga 5'6".
So that means he 5'3". Damn.
Exactly. He grew up on the coast, cuz. Sun beating down on him every day. He grew as much as any nigga could grow with the genes he was given. Had I been on the coast, nigga, I'd be 6'5". Drinking that good water? Forget about it.
Them niggas ain't got no water. Not to disrespect them.
So all they drink is bottled water. I was out here drinking that Atlanta municipal water and Kool-Aid and shit.
I was drinking country well water.
You probably was better off.
Until I started drinking out of hose. That shit ain't good for you.
This nigga got the rubber, the plastic, and the copper at the tip. Yeah.
But man, can I tell you something good?
5'6". Tell me something good. You supposed to advocate you do something for me. I know I wasn't going to ask you to give me some headlines, nigga.
In my head, I was like, I can't get it. Can I do something for you? He gonna be like, bitch, how we got 3 of these? What you got, brother? Man, I was at a
Ain't
show.
No results on that nigga height. They won't tell you.
Damn. Who? Which one?
It say he 5'8". Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
I think died like 5'9".
No,
bro.
they saying Roddy Rich. No, they Kendrick 5'6". Let it go. They saying Roddy Rich 5'8", and it ain't no fucking way he bigger than Kendrick Lamar. I need them to do a feature now. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Tell me something good.
Fucking way.
Cause they telling me lies. What they say?
Nigga, when they check it out. Fuck it up.
The young nigga checking heights that day fucked it up. That's what I tell you.
I was randomly at a show. The homie, DJ Ivy here in Houston, man. He owns his own label and everything, and like he put on a concert that took him 7 days to put on. Like last minute, he had some homies that was coming through, and like he wanted to put a show together in Houston for him. And so they from Chicago, but they had opening acts, and the opening act I walked through the door on, bro, with a heavyset black dude who seemed kind of larger than fucking life, man. And me and the lady walked in, like we went, grabbed a drink at the back of the bar, and it might have been, like I ain't even trying to stun on nobody, like it was a great show. And this shit happened all the time. It's like, it just wasn't a lot of people there. Like, it wasn't a room filled with people. It was like a hole in the wall bar, but it was pool tables in there, like nice ambiance, cool little setup, very hip hop, very like hip hop aura,
grassroots.
Like this, yeah, very grassroots, bro. Like I definitely plan on us getting in there and getting some shows in. But like, it was this cat that was on stage from Acres Homes, the faux north side, the way they pronounce it. And his music, man, was just super captivating. Even like the sound quality wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't terrible at all, but it wasn't phenomenal. And he had some shit that, bro, it just kept hitting. It kept hitting. And at the end of his set, he had a nephew that just turned, I think, 4 or something like that. Like he is a very young nephew, and he like had everybody like say happy birthday. He videotaped it, sent it to his sister so his sister can give it to his nephew. And he hopped off stage, put his glasses on, and he looked like it was some Clark Kent type shit, bro. Like he hopped back into his Clark Kent uniform when he was on stage. He was fucking Superman, man. Shout out to Godbody Bingo. Like I discovered a Houston fucking gem. Like I tapped him on his shoulder at the end of his set, man, and like he was the best part of that night for me. And there was some incredible artists there. He was the best part of that night for me because I came there not expecting this is somebody who should be in front of 5,000, 10,000 people right now. And he was giving it everything he had with a room with 25, 30 people. And it was one of them like gems of a night, bro. Like when you really run up on something that's a diamond in the rough, and that's the hip hop shit. That's why like we really fuck with this genre, is because you can go fucking anywhere on any given fucking night and see something that'll blow your ass the fuck away, and you didn't expect to walk into it. And so he got an album. I'm gonna share the link to it, link to the album with y'all. It's called Off the Books, Godbody Bingo. Northside representer, and it's like an ode to his side, like how Kendrick did Good Kid, Mad City. Like this shit is an ode to a neighborhood, and you heard about it in Houston rap for a very long time, and like he's the newest iteration of this shit, man. And I really want to see I don't know what his numbers look like, what have you, but if at all possible, if our paths cross again, man, I definitely want to, wherever he wants to go with this music, like it's more of good music. It transports you. Like the reason I really fuck with your music is I feel like I've been to Decatur, Georgia. Like now I feel like I've been to Decatur, Georgia. I've been to Decatur, Georgia. But even if I hadn't gone to Decatur, Georgia, even if I hadn't been to the places that you physically taken me, and I lived and breathed in those rooms, laid my head down, recorded songs in those rooms, had conversations in those places that you took me to, I would still feel like I knew that place very well from how vivid the music is. And like when I listen to off the books, like that's what I get. Like from the opening of Hood Rich, and he spelled Hood Rich with 44s, where the O's would be. And like from the opening of that shit to the closing of that shit, bro, like it is a person who is telling you about his principles, a person who's telling you about his values. He telling you about his family. He telling you about his mistakes. He telling you about like who he loved, and like his personal romantic love life, and like the way he describes it. And that's the thing that gives artists their originality, is how they go about sharing the things that they share with you. Like the reason you get people think shit get oversaturated, you think it's oversaturated because you're hearing the same thing over and over again. Like they keep peddling the same shit to you. But when you get somebody that's fresh and that gives you a different perspective and that talks about, because we all go through the same shit in life, but I want to hear your perspective on it, not somebody else that you parroting because they're popular and you want to be popular. And like in the first fucking song called Hood Rich, like that's what that shit is about. He said, fuck all this fame, I'd rather be hood rich. And he gives you what hood rich means to him and what fame means to him and why he would rather have one than the other. Like he like you, I can tell he spends an absorbent amount of time on the craft of writing and on the craft of delivery. And so I shared it in thread with me, you, Dusty Cheeks, and Wave It, one of the songs. And so like I just been consuming it over and over again, like during workouts and stuff like that, man. And just like kind of as I'm consuming our music, like I said, I've been putting our music in playlists and stuff with other people that I have been listening to and other music that I'm consuming at the moment, man. And listen to Off the Books and then find you a spot to put Houston. The song that we did, like the beat that you did, you would be able to fit that motherfucker in there seamlessly. Like it was super interesting for me to come like to that conclusion. I was like, man, at this, like that do 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 do, like True Happiness would do incredible numbers on this album, man. Like as a part of like that landscape, and like not even having been to Acres Homes where the dog is from. So shout out to Guy Body Bingo, man. Shout out to your family. Shout out to Acres Homes. Shout out to the 44, all the way down to the Mo City, where the good homie Travis Scott is from. Shout out to him, man, sending him great energy for everything that he's going through. Everything that the families who lost somebody to the transition. Shout out from the south side of the H, man, to the north side. Black, brown, yellow, white, and everything else that falls in between, man. Everybody that's in Georgia, everybody that's in between in the South, man. We talked about a lot of things, man, and hip hop being a mainstay in our show, because it is a cultural phenomenon that's not going anywhere, which is one of the points that I wanted to make when we were talking about that Travis Scott thing, is they're going to make this a spectacle to try to scare people away from hip hop gatherings, and it's not going to work. We going to figure it out as a family. We going to make it safe. We going to make it even better than it was before, because we, like no other genre, hip hop has evolved and it continues to evolve. And that's why it is where it is because it refuses not to evolve. And so as the cats who pioneered hip hop become the old heads because it is still so young, don't forget why you chose hip hop over other genres and you chose to create is because you wanted something that was different than what was available to you. So don't take away from what these youngins have and what they are creating and helping to evolve and turn into something different, because that is what's going to keep us at the forefront of everybody, man. You got to know your boy Futuristic, ain't I? My dog told you, man, when we talked about Young LA and the futuristic movement, Travis Porter, that's why hip hop is where it is. Because y'all may have seen when Atlanta took over at one point, but it was well before that when the movement started to happen, man. And so as we transition, my dog always allude in the past few shows, he's been alluding to it because we got big things coming, big things are happening. Because big things are happening and there's going to be a new evolution of this genre. And we will be at the forefront of it, pioneering that transition into something brand new. And y'all gonna love what we do, man. So, God Body Bingo off the books. Go check that thing out. Baecation, new installation. Coming soon. Playlist. Her. Go check that out. We're going to be bringing y'all hella fucking content that's going to knock y'all fucking socks off, man. And this has been something good.
Yeah, man. And for all the artists who may be at similar shows or even open mic nights, when you are the crowd, be what you want. Be what you need. And remember that when you out there in search of love, it's always better to give than it is to receive.